All right, designers, let's just get this out of the way. If you are sitting here thinking digital fashion, that's just dress X, right? Wrong. Not even close. Dress X is just like the appetizer, the fabricant. That's full-on haute couture main course. And honestly, it's probably going to make us question everything we thought that we knew about fashion, branding, and visual identity in 2026. The fabricant isn't just clothes that you can't touch, not even just digital couture. It is full-on reimagination of fashion when it exists on screen. And let me be real with you. If you're a graphic designer and this feels scary, that's exactly the reaction that it should trigger. Because the rules that we have been using for design, for identity, for what makes a brand real, all get flipped on its head here. But okay, first things first. What even is The Fabricant? The Fabricant is a digital fashion house founded in 2018. They create high-end digital clothing, hyper-real garments that you can't touch, that you can't wear physically, but that exist entirely online. They've collaborated with big names, including Adidas, and they have even started selling NFT-based fashion. And here's the thing. You don't even need a game or an avatar to care about this. The visual storytelling alone is enough to make your brain explode. They are literally designing in a medium where gravity, fabric limitations, and physical laws don't apply. And yet, it still reads as believable, luxurious, high-end fashion content. And from a design perspective, this is gold. Because suddenly, form, color, texture, and motion are all your tools, and nothing else matters. And let me just pause here. If you are a designer and you've ever been frustrated by the limitations of real materials, this is basically heaven. No more arguing with textiles. No more worrying about manufacturing. The only thing that matters is how it looks and how it moves. And of course, how it communicates identity. Now let's talk about why digital fashion like this actually matters, beyond having a cool internet flex. We live in a world where the majority of personal identity is performed online. Instagram, TikTok, Discord, avatars, filters. We curate digital versions of ourselves constantly. And yet, until brands like The Fabricant existed, fashion remained almost entirely physical. But think about it. Your online identity is curated, performative, oftenly more visible than your real one. Shouldn't you have a wardrobe that exists there too? Shouldn't your clothing be optimized for your on-screen persona? This is why designers should care, because The Fabricant is basically asking, what does luxury mean in a digital context alone? How do you communicate when something is valuable without it being tangible? How do you make something feel exclusive when basically anyone could copy the file? And the answers are absolutely stunning. They are visual storytelling at its purest. And they have forced us to rethink everything that we know about branding. And here's where it gets really fun. The Fabricant isn't just throwing pretty colors on a mesh. They have a very clear design philosophy. Freedom from physical constraints. Want a dress that floats like zero gravity? Done. You want a jacket that shimmers like liquid light? Say no more. Motion as texture. Since their garments exist digitally, animation can replace fabric. The way that a sleeve moves in a digital space is literally part of the design. Identity first design. Their clothes are designed to communicate who you are online, not just as a style, but as a persona. As a designer, this is basically a dream lecture. In every concept that you thought you knew about visual hierarchy, form, color, and honestly, if you've ever had that moment where you think to yourself, oh, why do fashion brands ignore design principles? This fixes that. The Fabricant has done collabs that are absolutely insane from a branding and fashion perspective. Adidas, they turned a sneaker into a fully digital asset, a collectible. This one isn't just about hype. It is a brand experience. It's storytelling, community, and design all in one. NFT drops, limited edition digital garments. These create scarcity and hype. Just like physical fashion, but infinitely more scalable. And here's the real kicker. They're influencing tangible fashion. Designers are literally looking at their digital garments for inspiration because, in some cases, digital design allows for greater experimentation, greater than physical manufacturing ever could. So here's the takeaway. Why should you care? Especially if you're a graphic designer. Digital-first design forces clarity. Every shape, every color, every texture has to communicate on screen. Nothing is hidden in physical texture or brand story. Motion equals a new layer in design. Your graphic, it's no longer just static, it's alive. Branding can exist without a product. The Fabricant shows that identity, exclusivity, and luxury all don't need a physical item. And honestly, traditional fashion brands should be a little scared. But it is very liberating for us designers because suddenly all the rules are up for grabs and visual thinking is king. This is such an exciting time to be alive. But let's be real, a lot of designers are sleeping on this, still arguing about fabric choice. In a world where digital cloth is literally infinite, obsessed with prints that look good in a magazine but not on screen, missing the point entirely that identity-first branding is the future. The Fabricant doesn't care about what's traditional. They don't care about your precious rules. And honestly, that's why they're winning. Because they design for actual human behavior, not for legacy expectations. So honestly, if you're watching this and you think, wow, that's weird, that's okay. That is exactly how the world feels right before it shifts to become normal. So here's the takeaway. Digital fashion is not a gimmick. It's not just a trend. It is a full-on redefinition of what design, brand, identity could be. And the Fabricant is a perfect case study for us designers. It is all about screen-first thinking and motion, exclusivity, and persona-driven visuals. So the next time that someone tells you that fashion is just clothes, you know how to respond? No. Fashion is identity. And some of it lives entirely online now. But okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like or comment below because I make videos just like this every single week. I'll see you all next time. Bye!